This is freelance heroism.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
Before we even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donates to the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mhm.
Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, Rebecca, and Stillwell.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Rachel,
Dees.
house hunting. Houses are expensive.
Houses are very expensive.
What
Yeah.
the fuck's going on? Why are houses so
I
expensive?
I have some ideas about it. And it makes me upset.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Tell them how you feel, son.
I think, well, okay, so for starters, I live in Maine, and so there is an issue here in Maine where a lot of houses are purchased by people who live out of state and they
Yeah.
purchase a house as their vacation home. So
Sons of
they
bitches.
they use the house for maybe 2 months out of the year, and then the majority of the time it's just empty and it's just a house that is not available for people like myself who would like a single house
You
and
gotta have
they
to
can't buy
you gotta punch them in the dick.
it.
They're angry.
So there's a lot of issues with house hunting, and I would really like to get a house someday, but
Houses are expensive here too, just
mhm,
so you know.
yeah.
Um, I think it's pretty much everywhere. Like interest rates are
Mhm,
crazy high.
yes.
The prices of houses keep going up because everyone thinks that, hey, I repainted the shed, so now I can sell it for 80,000 more dollars. It's like, I'm sorry, a bunch of
Mhm,
$50 buckets of Sherman-Williams doesn't
right.
increase the value that much.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of these people, like, I find this funny, this like I want to say it's a boomerism, but it's not. It's just like it started with the boomers, but it exists nowadays too.
Mhm,
Everyone thinks that they bought a thing, so they should be able to flip it for more than they bought it for.
yes.
But that implies that every person who bought it at the high, like
Mhm,
let's say you buy a house, you flip it,
uh-huh.
you sell it for another $50,000. I
Right.
then buy that house from you and I do something to it and flip it for another $50,000. We're just
Right.
adding 50. Eventually, someone's going to buy that house where they're going to be incapable
Mhm,
of flipping it for more.
yeah.
Because if that weren't the case, then we're like implying that this house has infinite value,
Mhm,
right? And it can
right.
infinitely scale,
Yeah.
which is not true.
No.
Some houses are worth X.
I mean, I think we're at that point now where like a lot of people
Right.
are. I mean, I've been looking at houses for a couple of years now, and
I'm
I'm
gonna,
seeing houses that I saw a year or two ago that got purchased and now they're coming back on the market a year later and they're like 40, $50,000 more than they were being sold for a year ago, but the pictures look like the exact same house.
do you remember that micro house? It was like 800 square feet or something like that. Those people bought this house.
Yeah.
And I think you had talked about going to look at it. They bought
Hmm.
this house and then they put it back up. And it was only like 4 months because I was looking at it with
Yeah.
you the first time and then we looked at it the second time.
Hmm.
And the house had increased by like $60,000. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
No.
That little ass house got that much work done to it in 3 months, 4 months,
No.
and relisted, right? Like, no,
Hmm.
impossible.
Yeah.
You can see the bar graph of the valuations of these things, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Is like people buy the
Mhm.
house, they add new cabinets to it, and they resell it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, anyone buying these houses at this price is a fucking
Mhm.
schmuck. Like, who's doing that?
Yeah. I mean, they do it for like rental places too. My last place that I rented was not great,
Hmm.
and I moved out. And then a few months later, I see it up for rent again. The rent cost has doubled, and you're responsible for more bills than I was responsible for when I lived there. And they did literally nothing to it.
They swept.
I saw burn, no, I swept. I saw burned out light bulbs in the photos. So I had like a plastic like paper towel holder under one of the cabinets, and I
Yeah.
broke one of the parts that holds the paper towel, and I never fixed it because it was a cheap place and I
Yeah.
didn't want to put money into it. That was still broken in the photos. They were charging more than double plus all the utility bills.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, I think we can say this. All the people who bought this last round of this
Mhm,
houses, I hope that when this market crashes out, by the way,
mhm.
foreclosures are up 21%. I don't know,
Yeah,
nationally,
yeah.
in just the first half of this year. So
Mhm.
buckle up, guys. I hope you don't take a fucking shit loss on this, but you deserve it if you did.
Mhm.
If you have been buying up and reselling, flipping houses, and you're in the
Yeah,
fucking like stratosphere for like listing prices, you deserve
mhm.
to lose everything. You deserve to eat shit on this.
I agree. Yeah.
My friends for a long time, because I hang out with a bunch of liberal,
Mhm.
well, they would be upset if I called them liberal. That's how left they are, right? Leftisty,
Right.
Che Guevara t-shirt, hand in the air kind of folks. And
Mhm.
like I oftentimes think they're a little extreme,
Mhm.
like in their suggestions.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, the landlord thing, anti-landlordism
Mhm.
that sort of sprouted up, I was quick to be receptive to that one
Yeah.
because the behaviors and traits of I think everyone probably has a landlord story.
Mhm.
If you're under 40, you probably have a landlord story that is fucking ruthless. Like
Yes. Yeah.
you what's the worst thing a landlord ever did to you?
Um, oh gosh. I mean, at my last one, when I moved out, I did a ton of cleaning. And the thing is that when I moved in, I also had to do the cleaning. My landlord didn't clean the apartment before I moved in. And so when I moved out, I cleaned and I like mopped and I wiped everything down and I took out a ton of trash. And when I went to go get my initial deposit back, she I think actually she took my entire deposit because she
I
said
told you she was gonna. I
they
told you
were
that bitch was
still
gonna.
cleaning it. She said they're still cleaning it. They were not, based on the photos I just told you about, they were not
Yeah.
cleaning it. And I had like basically accidentally paid an extra month because I had paid early for the next month, but then I ended up moving. And so
Before.
I needed that initial month back, that extra month that I had paid.
Did you get it?
She took $50 out of it and then gave me
That's
the remainder.
shocking to me that you got anything back. I've never once received
I
money
know.
back.
I one of my last winters there, I didn't have heat for a month
Yeah.
because the guys that had to finally she had to finally get like a new motor installed in the heater because it finally like completely crapped out
Right. They put it in backwards.
Yeah, because they put it in backwards, and so I went a month without heat. And then oh, I also had to leave my door unlocked for a week when I was on vacation
Oh my God.
because the water heater crapped out, and so she didn't know when it would get replaced, and it crapped out like the night before I went on vacation. So I couldn't get
Oh
a hot
no.
shower the night before I left.
At least you got
And
a hotel room.
yeah, and so when I told her about it and she was like, "Okay, leave the door unlocked." And I'm like, "I'm gone for a week and I have my cats in the house. Like I can't just leave the door unlocked." But the thing was she didn't want to come into town to let the plumbers in when they did show up with the hot water heater.
So just risk robbery for a week.
So I had to just leave my apartment unlocked for a week. I had to lock my cats in the bedroom because that was the only room in the whole apartment that had its own door.
Oh my God.
And so they were literally locked in just my bedroom for a week. And I was stressing out constantly. And the guys like didn't even come until I think like literally the day before I got back from my vacation was when they finally replaced the hot water heater. And then they took the old one and they put it at the end of my driveway. And it was still there when I moved out.
Well, at least you had people coming to check on your cats. So
Yeah.
at least that would, they could check to, oh, you weren't
Mhm.
robbed last night. Good.
Right.
That's
But I would say
crazy.
that was pretty egregious. Do you have a bad landlord story?
I don't know if it's the worst one, but it is the most cartoonish.
Mhm.
Uh, One guy wanted to store bee boxes, like honeybees
Uh-huh.
in the backyard, like fucking a foot from our back door.
What if you were allergic to bees?
He didn't even ask. He just showed up one day with a truck full of bees, like, no, no. And luckily he didn't. But he was fully intent. If I'd have been at work, there would have
Oh,
been bees in my backyard when I got there.
you come home and there's just bees in your
I'm
backyard.
like, I don't know, like, what's going on? I would have called an exterminator or someone to like move the bees
Oh
or
my
something like that.
God.
And when they would have got there, they'd have been like, they're in boxes. And I'm like, what happened?
Well, it's easy for you to take them then.
I gotta figure something out. There's the same guy. It was like we had the refrigerator go
Hmm.
dead,
Hmm.
and he was like, okay, well, I'll send the new refrigerator. Um, just move the old one out so that the guys could pick it up when they come by to deliver the new one. Well, the guys never came by to deliver a new one. We ended up having to go get one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then the guys did come to pick up the old one, but all
Mhm.
they did was take it out of the house and put it on the driveway, and then they left. And then so it was just in the driveway for a while until we
Uh-huh.
were just like, it was like maybe a week. I was like, okay, we're not leaving this thing out on the edge of the road. We look like, I don't know what we look like. We look like something horrible.
Yeah.
Like just leaving a fucking refrigerator there. So
Mhm.
like we ended up taking it and moving it sort of into the backyard area so that the people wouldn't have to come back into the house to move it out, but they could still move it. And I told them about
Right.
it, and it stayed there forever until we moved it.
That's probably still there right now.
No, we moved it.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
remember moving it. It was a thing. Look, I'm not
Mhm.
saying none of us were the best tenants. There's a lot
Yeah.
of we were like smoking a lot of weed and you know
Mhm.
working the jobs that we could get at the
Mhm.
time. We were all really young, but it was
Yeah.
just wasn't optimal.
Mhm.
Yeah, wasn't an optimal situation. The bees in the fridge is. I mean, but there's a million of those types of things
Yeah.
where like people are, oh, we'll get right on fixing that, and they don't. So I think people are a little nervous about owning a house because of all the repairs and stuff like that. But I'm like, if you
Right.
think about it, 90% of the people that rent you the houses aren't going to fix the shit anyway. So
That's
it's
true.
on you. So at
Yeah, a
least
lot of
this
time
way,
they don't.
yeah, at least this way you're working towards owning something. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
you get some value out of that money as opposed to just shooting it up into the air and burning it.
Right.
So we were talking about a house that you have been looking at
Hmm.
in Maine. I don't want to give the exact
Yeah.
location, but it is next to a gas station. We've been calling it gas station house.
So this stuff came up. So I'm not like aggressively in the market to buy a house right now.
Yeah.
Because I want to save up like a pretty good down payment.
Mhm.
But I do like to kind of have an idea of what is like coming up for sale. And so a few months ago, this house came up for sale and I was showing it to you. And then you could see that it was next door, like directly next door to a gas station.
And not like a shitty gas station. It looked like a relatively
Yeah.
modern-esque gas station, like the kind that would have slushing machines, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't like a trucker type gas
Yeah, it was like a
station.
Circle K, but branded, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it recently came back up for sale and I mentioned it to you. So we were looking at it again. And I maybe it sounds kind of weird to some of the people listening, but I don't really mind the idea of living next door to a gas station.
I don't either. I was pitching the idea as being a benefit. Because
Right.
like think about how convenient it's literally a convenience store
Yeah.
right next to like in big cities, like you want to live kind of close to the bodega, right? You want to be able to
Right.
just swing in and grab something. And I was like, when you move in, you could like come next door with like a tray of like cookies or be like, hey, I'm your neighbor. And they'll come over with a tray of Slim Jims and fucking Pepsis.
Hey. They come over and they're like, "Hey, we got those hot dogs. They've been on the rollers for so long. We got to get rid of them. But
Oh,
you
you're
want
talking
some of
about the
these
Twisters. I
hot
love the Twisters, man. Anyway,
But I don't know. It doesn't look sketchy or
the
anything.
house looked pretty good too for the
Mhm.
price, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of the houses in Maine look like they're just hanging on, you know? They look like they're going to require some work. And the
Yes.
prices up there are nuts
Yeah.
for housing.
Yeah.
Like this house, if the house you were looking at, if it were
Mhm.
bought down here in Georgia, it'd be like 150 probably.
Yeah.
It's like
Houses are really expensive in Maine.
it's like 240
Yeah.
up there,
Hmm.
which is kind of crazy.
It is.
for the size of the house and
It
all that
does,
stuff.
yeah,
But
because it's definitely like starter home size.
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that one house that we were looking at? That one that was like it's like a mansion, but it had been like totally overwhelmed by like vines and shit.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we looked at the prices like 1.6 million, and I was like, it's fucking vines. I mean, look, I mean, I know yeah, good bones or whatever, but that shit
Right.
is it's vines, dude. It
Yeah.
had like a helipad area, like
Yeah.
it was like where you could land helicopters. I'm like, what the fuck? But I
I
was like,
know.
it's so decrepit that like
Mhm.
if you could just get one part of the house to be in good shape, you could just
Right.
live there and then just start working your way out, right?
Yes.
Like every year you focus on a new wing of the house and you just try
Right.
to do as much repair as
Yeah.
possible.
You see
That's a
someone
flippin' house.
and they're like, "Hey, Dees, how you doing?" You're like, "Oh, it's good. I got the west bedroom finished finally."
Finally. Jesus.
Oh,
I never thought I'd get those fucking raccoons out of there. It's like you're getting ready to go to work. I come with a bandana and face paint, a fucking pitchfork in the hands. I'm like, they're leaving today. One of us is leaving today. No, I don't know. The market out there is pretty crazy. And
Mhm.
again,
Yeah,
you know, the foreclosure rate right now is going up. Trump is not helping. Interest rates
that's
are looking
true.
like they're going to tick up again. You're
Yeah.
looking at like the
Ugh.
seven and change.
Yeah, like I said, like
Ugh.
right now I'm not like really like, oh, I'm gonna buy a house this year even. I'm more
No, but you're waiting for that. You're waiting for
I
that crash.
I'm waiting for that crash, and while I'm waiting for that crash, I'm gonna try to build up a good down payment.
That's a smart move. Smart move.
And just kind of researching like mortgage payment strategies and things like that.
It's weird to be sitting on like the edge of the field, just waiting for the boomer crash, just waiting for that, waiting for that. A bunch of old people living under a bridge eating cat food for you to be able to finally afford a house, but that's what
Mhm.
it's looking like. So,
Yeah.
well, you got a nice apartment now.
Yeah, that's true.
The numbers are looking very bad for the economy and by proxy, very good for people under 50. So if you're looking to buy your first house,
Hmm.
maybe go ahead and start saving, get some preparedness ready to make a move when
Yeah.
uh you know. I
Yeah.
don't know what else. You hope that the situation wouldn't come to this,
Hmm.
right? Where it wouldn't have been a like Trump presidency where
Right.
the
Yeah.
economy is getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Um
But I'm like somebody's MAGA pop is losing his house, you know?
Kamala was talking about giving you
Oh my God.
$150,000 to buy a new
Yeah.
house.
Oh
Think
God, if
about how
only.
how good that would have been.
I know.
150 plus what your savings are now, you just like 80% of the house is paid for.
Right?
That would have been pretty nice.
Yeah.
Would have been pretty nice.
Yeah.
And then you'd be living in a gas station house having Slurpees for
Oh
breakfast.
God. A gas station house, if only.
A gas station hot dog and breakfast Slurpee. Hell yeah. Let me get one of them scratch offs too. I'm trying
Yeah.
to pay down the rest of this house.
You like imagine like you and I are living in gas station house.
Yeah.
It's 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
You're out of smokes.
I'm not buying smokes from your gas stations. I've thought about this. I've thought about this. The packs of cigarettes where you're at are almost $12
Oh
a
my
pack.
God. Okay.
Do you know
Well,
how insane that is? It's insane. It's nutsoid. By
okay.
the way, Georgia is the second or most the cheapest place to get smokes in the
Mhm.
entire country.
Wow.
Maine is like top 5,
Sorry.
most expensive. So
Sorry.
I'm just gonna have to quit smoking when I go up there. That's just I
Wow.
don't have a choice. It's not like I don't want to. I don't have a choice.
Or
I don't have a
you
choice.
start growing your own tobacco.
It's easier. It's an easier system. Have drying racks in the shed than to have fucking yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I guess we're going to the episode.
All right. This is Requiem of Reflections, Season 11, Episode 12, Bring Out Your Dead.
It's a good reference.
You think this has a finite range on it, or is it just going to keep going?
It could be. I've seen blight circles of druids that have had, 2 or 3 druids, like outposts, so to speak, and they have decent radiuses.
Mhm.
But then when you get to a circle, like a full organization, 50, 60 druids, it can stretch for miles. Think of
Oh,
it like concentrating the power in an area.
yeah.
It spills over, Pour enough wine in a glass and it doesn't really stay contained to the glass.
Right.
And you keep pouring, keep spreading.
So is their goal just, if this is blight druids, is their goal to just kill everything?
It's hard to tell if it is blight druids, but think of blight druids as having sort of the antithesis of what a traditional druid would be,
Hmm.
right? So you've heard of unholy paladins, people who serve dark gods,
Yes.
unholy clerics, people who serve the dark principles of a
Hmm.
liege lord or of a god.
Right.
Similar, right?
Hmm.
That in that they still function and behave in a lot of the same ways, but their outcomes, their goals are different. If this is a series of druids or I don't know, a lich with a blight on him,
Mhm.
uh, the more powerful it grows, the larger it'll spread, and their motivations can be as different as you and me, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes it's about destroying things, like destroying nature and in the fascination of the opposite side of life,
Mm.
right? And that death is the goal. And other times it's about vengeance, about being cast out from another circle, and vengeance is to spoil what they've grown.
Right.
Other times it's just the power is a means unto itself, right?
Hmm.
And that they've found that this power works effectively, and that this is a byproduct of that
Mm.
draining the energy from the land around it is what fuels them. It's
Mm.
hard to tell from rotting grass
Right.
what the motivations of the cause might be.
Right. Huh.
I've seen a lot of things that can create this sort of effect.
Okay. Well,
I've seen books that if you live next to it, if it's in a library, just
mhm.
the people that live in its vicinity will get sick,
Oh.
become diseased, and slowly start to become frail, and their bones will break.
Oh. How did they find out it was the book?
Somebody eventually needs to convert the library of the local into a makeshift hospital for all the
Mm.
sick,
Mm.
and they move the books, and then all of a sudden over there someone starts getting sick.
Mm.
Sometimes it takes years to figure out what's going on. Sometimes an astute person can notice right away.
Mm. Huh.
Like as we're walking, like we're just kind of walking and talking, I can tell you guys
Yeah.
stories about this type of stuff. Like Kabir doesn't normally do this, but
Mhm.
since we're talking about something that's aligned with it, he's like, I've seen wizards who find themselves aligned with gods of chaos or gods of darkness, and just being a vessel, a conduit for that power, can destroy things around them. It just turns them gray,
Oh.
and then eventually just turns to ash or dust, and things won't grow around them.
Mhm.
I've seen it so amplified. uh a prince that served under their liege lord, this dragon,
Mhm.
um he was cursed, made a deal with the devil,
Mhm.
and everything that he touched rotted in his hands. He would eat foods that would immediately begin to degrade as soon as he ate them.
Oh.
It was a punishment.
For what?
Unforeseen. By the time that I had made it to him, he was partially decomposed himself.
Oh.
And this is when I was younger.
Mhm.
This type of thing happens. It happens frequently in the world. And in this place it might not be uncommon. I mean, we're new here.
Right.
So maybe this is something that we're experiencing for the first time that people experience all the time.
Maybe.
Could be a chaos bloom.
Ugh.
Oh, what?
Chaos bloom. It's a flower planted by clerics that worship a dark god. You probably wouldn't be familiar with them here.
Yeah, we don't have those sorts of things where I come from. At least not that I'm aware of.
Well, they don't make themselves known, but for 700, it's hard to remember. 700 years I worked in this dock community.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I don't know, 700 years. Essentially keeping an eye on the local governments, making sure the guilds didn't get out of whack, you know.
A long
There was,
time.
you know, my third or fourth posting.
Mm.
So they had an issue where they had brought in cargo from a far off land, and they had stored it in this subterranean basement. They were called the Rats. This gang that fancied themselves rat-like, and they'd run through the sewers.
Mhm.
And they had this plant that had come in with some of the cargo, and the leader of the Rats had found a fascination with this bloom, and so he wanted to plant it somewhere underground. It didn't need light to grow.
Mhm.
And he left it down there, and within maybe 10 years there was a sickness that swept across the entire city. It was like people were born weak, and they just got weaker. Children would die before they ever reached their 10th year. Like old people would just literally turn to almost like dust. Their skin was paper.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty bad, and it took years until somebody realized what had happened, that they had taken a chaos bloom from the garden of a dark god that was, operated by these clerics.
Oh.
Sometimes you think you're, doing something innocuous, and you just got into some business that's a little too big for your britches. I mean, these guys were stealing crates of booze off of ships. They were not prepared. Somebody just found a fascination with a dark flower with, purple blossoms.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought it into a town and nearly altered the course of history forever.
Wow.
And that's why we were around. Make sure stuff like that didn't happen, and to investigate things like that did.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
as you guys keep walking, you see a few more crows, about two more. They're along the wall. They land. They're not really paying attention to you guys at all, that you can tell.
Yeah.
One lands quickly and then takes off again, and then the other lands and kind of just sits there for a bit, just rocking back and forth. About half an hour of walking, you guys reach the next gate. As I'm assuming you got, okay, which way are you guys going? Let me ask that easier. Are you going towards the east, towards the river, or okay, that would run you into the river,
I think
and
we want to go the other way, right? The woods.
right.
Oh, okay.
So so go the other way. All right. So yeah, about 20 minutes, half hour, you guys reach the next gate. It seems to be in better shape than the last one.
Okay.
It's still open, but this one doesn't look like it's been shredded by an attack. It just looks like it was kind of left open.
Okay. Is there like a notice or anything, maybe explaining what might have happened?
Um,
If maybe this one, if it wasn't maybe like an attack or so chaotic, maybe somebody had time to put a notice on a board or something.
you don't see any notices on there.
Okay.
I mean, there's the normal ones for Korth. Directions to the Temple of Ol's temple, or the Blood of Ol's temple.
Mhm.
There's directions to the Cathedral of the Sovereign Host. You see the sign saying this is the East Gate. The embassy district ahead, but you're not seeing any like signs like notifying warning labels or anything labeling, hey, the city's down or this has happened.
Mhm.
City could have been run off before any of this happened. It could have been that they were run off by normal soldiers or even by undead. People fled or were killed, and then after that, this happens. So there would be no reaction to it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So D-Walk on a 19 investigation. I'm looking at, so I'm assuming there's a road basically
Mm-hmm.
leading into this gate. Do I see any recent footprints either in or out?
Not humanoid.
But recent.
You see some paws, some paw prints.
Similar to what Adri had pointed out earlier.
Mm-hmm. You guys do remember part of what you've heard in the other cities is the breakout of lycanthrope came from Korth.
Yep.
Before it spread out. But you guys have never heard of lycanthropes and blight being the same thing.
Right.
So
It could have been something that causes lycanthropy. Some artifact or magic item placed in the center, or maybe a person who has minions. He's like a evil wizard, has minions that are lycanthropes, and maybe he commands the most powerful, the alpha of the pack, to command the others. It's hard to tell without going inside, but the Sunball said don't do it.
Well, that's for the
someone
other
said not to
gates.
go through that gate.
Sunball told us not to come. Dun, dun, dun,
Now
dun,
you do
Sunball.
know that the one guy mentioned that they had gone in through one of the northern gates, which they went around the Nightwood around. So
Yeah.
Well, our job is to get here and figure out what happened to them. So we have to travel on the same path that they did and try to figure out where they're left. So is there any way we can track their footprints or their movements through this area?
you can roll and see if you can pick something up along the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what would make a distinct pattern. I mean, the low crotch push through the grass, but this has been quite a while. It's been a couple of weeks, right, since they.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm assuming that they would have stayed outside the circle. So I'm going to limit my investigation to outside where the blight circle is and into areas where, as a rogue, I would find myself more commonly drawn to. Places that would aid my stealth as I walked around. Is that all right? Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to lead my investigation in that kind of section away from blight in places that would be easy to stealth through. And I also am looking for groups about their size with a combination of footprints of large and small that would match the group that we're finding, right? Okay. 26.
All right. as you're looking outside the blight circle, you're not really picking anything up
Okay.
along the edge. But if you look about within 10 feet of the blight circle,
Yeah.
which would be 30 feet from the walls, you do see a footprint appear every now and then.
Okay.
You can tell a group was trying to hide their travel.
Okay. Well, then we're still outside of the blight circle. It might have not been within the blight circle when they first got here, and that the blight circle has grown. So I want to make a mental note of where the blight, according to this theory, where it would have been and where it is now, and know the time that the group was here last. They were here, what, 10 days ago?
That was when the guy saw them.
Right. So 10 days ago, the blight has moved how far in 10 days?
About 10 feet.
So a foot a day. And that's consistent growth, still moving. Okay. I'm going to keep an eye on the tracks and try to follow them from a reasonable distance outside the blight.
And then
And
you're noting how far it has gone in the last 10 days.
Right.
And
I
with
also,
continual growth.
Right. And I want to continue walking, following the tracks, but staying outside. So I'm just kind of looking to the left, following the tracks from outside the blight circle.
All right.
And we're going to continue our path until either we see the footprints or any sort of sign that somebody would have stopped moving and maybe huddled up.
Alrighty.
Or if any of them broke off from the main group to go into a different direction.
All right. You lose the footprints every now and then.
Yeah.
But with enough space, you pick them up again.
Okay.
It does take about another 40 minutes going around the city, and you reach a gate again, another gate.
Okay. This is the north gate.
It's the next the wall you can see in the distance from this point actually veers into a cliff.
Okay.
And it doesn't go any further. This would be the most northern gate that you guys can see. The signs on the outside call it the Holy Gate. Temple Market inside.
Okay.
So there's signs that talk about the necropolis of the Valiant inside, Knightwood Park, the Cathedral of the Sovereign Host.
I want to do some geometry.
Okay.
Can you kind of work with me on this?
I can try.
All right.
That wasn't my best subject.
We've been sort of working the perimeter of what is essentially a large radial circle, right? Like sort of working our way around the city that's sort of growing out in all directions with this blight. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. If that's the case, I want to try to use my estimation to try to determine where the central point is based on the curvature that we followed so far. Right? So we've walked halfway around this city at this point, right? Which means I've got a good half of the circle with which to base my location on, right? So I'm going to take an average foot distance. I'm going to build a half circle and I'm going to mirror that on the other side, right? Like just in my mind, make another half of that pizza to finish up that circle, right? Where do all of the slices lines converge of the pizza? Where is the central point where all of the slices touch in the middle?
It would be closer to going through the east gate that you guys had passed, the second gate you passed.
Right.
Towards the center than where you are now.
Okay, so that's good. That's a good sign. So, according to, I'm going to rip out a piece of scratch paper. I'm going to draw a cake because I don't know if we have pizza in this time period. So I'm going to go ahead and illustrate my visual thinking. This is the half circle that we walked, straight line between those two, and then mirror it on the other side as we assume that it's a radius, right?
Okay.
From here, we're going to cross directly to the opposite side of each, and where they intersect is the central point of this. It seems like the central point that we are looking for is further back towards the east gate, which is probably a good thing. It means that to get in over here where it's less intense.
Right.
Maybe get an idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And then from there, work our way towards the center, getting a little more information as we do. This being the temple district likely means that there's a lot of graves. Don't ask me why I think that. I have that instinct in me. Every place I've ever been that has a highly religious sector tends to be filled with dead. So when we go in here, I want everyone to be very careful about either disrupting something that is dead, but I also want us to be very mindful that the dead might not actually be all the way dead.
Right.
All right.
All right. Boy, I'm excited. I'm going to clap my hands and be like, woo!
I'm so excited.
You get excited about the weirdest damn things.
You're not excited about this? This is interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
you said
I'll
yourself
give
you
it.
didn't- you didn't see this before.
I'll give it interesting. I don't know that I'm necessarily excited about it, but
Look,
you
you want to be a
follow
legend,
your
don't
lead.
you?
Right? I've already achieved decent amount of legendary status where I come from.
Where
I
you
wasn't
come from,
necessarily
that's
looking
not
to-
called being a legend. If you're only known where you come from, then you're just a local kid.
Well, the truth of the matter is 99.999% of everybody doesn't know this exists, so I don't know that it really matters, but
And we do.
yeah.
Isn't that exciting?
I suppose.
I'm going to like elbow Adri, and I'm like, he'll get it eventually.
I think maybe you're just used to seeing your own big city, and maybe you're a little intimidated that this also seems to be a fairly big city. Out of character, I don't know if it's actually a big city. Pretty much all cities
It's
are
huge.
big
Well, I was
cities
gonna
to
say,
age.
yeah.
This is the capital of Karnath.
Okay.
This is their city.
So maybe you're feeling like a little intimidated because it's probably gonna be full of undead.
Yeah.
That,
or
This'll be
it has more to
exciting.
it has more to do with that part than it does to do with the size of the city. It's
In all
not the size of the
fairness-
city, it's how the undead use it. So
In all fairness, there's probably some like really gnarly looking wolf monsters in here too. So, I mean, you got that to look forward to. If the undead's not your thing, it might be 50-50.
I don't know. I suppose if I can deal with a mind flare, I can deal with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
All right. Let's just
Put your big
let's
boy
just go
pants
in
on.
and get
We're gonna be big
I got
heroes.
my big boy pants on our own. Thank you very much. Let's just get in and get this over with so that we can get back to the others.
Somebody seems really agitated about this. Am I wrong? Am I reading that wrong, Adri?
I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that someone's been referring to me for the stain for the last 4 days has something to do with it.
Only in front of other people, right?
Mhm.
I haven't.
Yeah,
I
but I can
haven't
tell
once
you're
called you
thinking it under your-
stain since the other people left.
And the minute we come across somebody else who isn't undead, I'm
That's
assuming
true.
it's coming back.
Okay,
But-
I can make another one for you. I can
No,
make another. I could
no.
illustrate. We could do all kinds of things.
But
Let's just-
to your point that you said earlier, then Rain, 99.9% of people don't know this place. So all those people also,
don't.
like most people don't know that you've been called Stain.
Think about
Mm.
it. The Legend of Stain.
Yeah,
Never
let's
comes
not.
out.
Come, Stain.
You've made that joke.
It's so good though.
You got her to
It's
facepalm, bro. You know how
not.
long it's been since
It's
she's
so good.
facepalmed?
It's
It's a
not.
great joke.
No.
You got Nate to facepalm. Wow.
His face is turning red. That's good.
We got a double facepalm.
All right.
Very
Remember,
good.
we're trying not to raise Nate's blood pressure.
That's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
No,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
but secretly D says.
Don't
All
worry.
right.
Come,
If I
Stain,
do
we'll let off
die,
some
if
steam.
I do die, let the record show that my death was premeditated.
All right. Kavir is going to put his hat on, kind of tip it back on the back of his head so it's kind of high up. All right, you guys ready? Collar up.
Ready.
But-
Adri's gonna draw her shield. She's gonna make sure her shield's on her arm. She's not gonna draw her sword, but she does kind of rest her other hand on the pommel.
All right.
I'm gonna have the bow out, and it's just not illuminated yet. Get your water stick or whatever, like heroes. And I'm gonna look at Adrian, kind of grin, and then walk right in.
All right.
Get your rain stick.
Is it wrong that sometimes I wish he would just get his ass bit by a werewolf? That would not be asking too much.
He's just
Walk
joking.
I'm trying.
behind him.
A were-rabbit.
I'm trying.
Sorry, it has to be a were-rabbit.
Every
Yeah,
time
I'm
I've been polymorphed in this game, he turns me into a rabbit. I seriously,
Yes.
we considered one time that my next form was going to be, what are those what's that rabbit race called?
The Lupin?
Rachel even painted a rabbit Kavir miniature
Yeah,
once.
I have it. It's over here on the counter.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I still haven't polymorphed Rachel yet. I'm working on it.
Nope.
He's
Have
trying
him-
so hard.
Have him bit by a weregoat.
Technically, that's not railroading.
Were-goat.
Weregoat.
That would be an awkward bite.
The only person who's goated around here is me.
Kavir. What?
Uh-huh.
Greatest of all time bit me.
Uh-huh.
Guess you know what that means.
All right.
Okay.
So it's
Heading
Kavir. Yeah. You guys walk through the gate. You look inside. The smell kind of hits first. Just the rot plus flesh that's been out in the sun, limbs in places, bodies that seem like they were killed and just left. Of how do I put it? Undead bodies plus actual bodies that were alive, not undead. All of it just
Kibir's gonna take his tie
there.
and he's
You
going
see
to
You see a fountain ahead of you guys still spitting water up. Two skeletons are tipping cups in the top of it. Statue
Like-
skeletons, not real
okay.
skeletons.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're it's how the fountain's done. It's the two skeletons with the cups next to each other,
Gotcha.
like they're cheering each other, and that's where the water's coming from.
I thought it
Okay.
was just
I
two
was-
gym bros that were just like, "Still gotta stay hydrated, bro."
I was
Right?
about to say, I think they're
Drinking
a
the
little bit
water
past
as it goes through the rib
dehydrated.
cage.
As we go through, I'm going to loosen my tie and like with one hand, like pull down on the center and then use my other two fingers to separate to like split it so that the bunched up part is kind of fanned out. And I'm going to pull it over my face like a blue mask.
You guys can hear sounds throughout the city, buildings creaking, things skittering in the distance, a caw of a crow here or there, moans in the distance, like loud, deep moans.
Any sign of where the group went? They were looking for the king, right?
Where would he be stationed here?
Well,
must be a
kings tend to
castle,
live in
right?
castles.
Well, let's look for a board. Maybe it's got like a one of those mall things. You are here.
The what now?
Shopping mall.
Whoa.
A bazaar.
Oh, so okay.
A mall is not a new word. It's been around forever.
Well, I mean, is it in our universe? I would have expected more like a market,
Oh.
but
Oh, you're from that
Oh,
little
no,
city. That's right. You guys
oh
are
no,
right.
my immersion.
Oh,
They
have a FedEx Kinko's up the road.
having spent a fair amount of time in Waterdeep, cities tend to follow sort of a natural way of being built, right? They're built in terms of, typically there are districts, and typically you kind of put the most important things central to the city and then sort
Well-
of build out around it as means of defense or means of
Yeah, but this is
Make it
the
more difficult.
portion that we're at that's right up against the water and right up against the rock face. And we don't know
Well,
how
I get-
religious the kingdom was.
Well, this is
Right.
we went through the Holy Gate, right? So
Right. So if they're super religious, maybe the king's chambers is in one of these big ass buildings here. But if
Well,
it's
I'm
not,
just trying to think, if
Mhm.
if I would be able to have some sort of sense of, well, I know where maybe I would put the castle if I were king, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's where this particular city did.
Mhm.
next to the brothel.
Well, yes, that, but you would also put both of those
Sorry.
things in the center of town.
So if we look around, are there any buildings that are like way larger than the rest?
The cathedral you guys see dead down the street in front of you is the largest building in this district.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But looking over the horizon, are there any that are larger?
yes, down near the southern gate.
Okay.
You see Crown Home, the castle.
Well, I imagine that's it then.
Well, that's unfortunate because that's sort of where the blight was strongest, right?
Yep.
That is towards that way, yes.
Can we stop by the cathedral on the way to the castle just to see if I don't know, there's any survivors or if maybe there's anything we can kind of learn about what happened here?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like those would be the scribes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Let's take a
Okay.
look.
Okay.
I'm gonna mosey up and put my back up against the wall next to the front door. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Already,
Should we
yeah.
knock? I'm gonna
Ready?
hold my hand up like.
Can you are we already at the cathedral?
No, I mean, it's about a 10-minute walk to the cathedral,
Oh,
or at
okay.
least to the open area where the cathedral's at.
Well,
You got
that's what
about
we'll do.
2 blocks.
All right. Okay, let's go.
All right.
Rolling perceptions, by the way, do
Okay. All right. All right. What are your perceptions?
How many you need? You want to use passive or you want me to roll them?
Oh no, you're fine.
Okay.
We'll go passives.
My passive's a 28. I think I'm probably
Mine's
okay
a 20,
with using that.
26.
right.
21.
Damn. All right. As you guys
Sweet.
continue your way through, off to the right of you guys, as you guys continue ahead towards it, you see one of the streets, another walled area. The signs that you could see called out the Necropolis of the Valiant. You continue down one block, then the next, and you come to an open area where you see the Cathedral of the Sovereign Hosts, and you see different temples, different like it's a large building like of a series of different it's a massive structure. It has a giant dome on it.
What did you say was up front? I don't know if we
It-
dipped out or whatever.
No, I'm sorry. As you guys, come out of like the 2 block street, you come
Mhm.
into an open area where you see the giant cathedral. It houses multiple hosts or multiple deities.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's not a single structure. It's like a series of smaller structures with a main one in the middle with a giant dome on the top.
Right. Sort of like
And-
a multi-faith plaza.
Yes.
Okay.
A church cafeteria.
As we approach, can I do a religion check to see if I can recognize like any of these gods, or at least like if there's a um Sword Coast equivalent or Faerun equivalent?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, not great.
Oh, you get 2 rolls.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Much better.
I'm about teaching.
23.
All right. Give me a second.
I like that visual. Like, no. Carry the 1. There you go. There you go. You got it.
Adri was homeschooled, so
Even
she
when
needs
someone
help
doesn't
sometime.
need it, even when someone doesn't need it, I like to be part of it. So like I can take credit for all your successes. Like, you get to roll 2 dice, but if the
Damn it,
first
I
dice
just
would have
had
made it,
this.
I still take credit for it. Like, well done. You couldn't have done it without me. That's how Kabir was built originally. He was supposed to be, because we're supposed to have a lot more players in this game. So I was just going to be a positional guy, right? I was going to offer help actions and then essentially be like sort of a bard that kind of gave bonuses to people by positioning. And after all the players dropped, I had to change my perception. But like the entire first part of combat was every time I gave like an enemy disadvantage on something, I would be like, your footwork's terrible. Like this. Stand here like this, lean forward. That way you get all the pressure on the spear push, right? Like, no, hold on. Put your hands here, right there, like that.
Yeah.
Right? It would just be like an obnoxious thing to have in the corner of your ear. And I'm like, no, I'd have a stick as my weapon. I like tap him on the knee. Straighten that out. There you go. Better.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was funny the first time the party fought with Kestrel, because she did that to Kavir, where she was like, no, brace your feet. That'll you'll hit better.
Bitch, I'm like 6,000 years older than you. It's like, I know, this is weird. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like fucking David Bowie going to a singing competition and somebody who won a silver medal telling them what to do. It's like, fuck off. Like,
All right, what was your religion roll?
23.
All right. You can identify 9 different sovereigns that this follows. From what you can you're picking up,
Mhm.
it kind of has a universal sovereignty in this. One of them, Araya, sovereign of life and love, patron of fertility. Orion, sovereign of love, law and lore, believed to be the first wizard. Balinor, sovereign of the horn and the hunt. Boldre, the sovereign of hall and hearth. She's like a guide and protector.
right.
Dol'ara, the sovereign of sun and sacrifice. She represents wisdom in battle. The Doldorn, the sovereign of strength and steel, patron of the ordinary soldier. Raven would like him. Kol Koran, the sovereign of the world and wealth, guide and protector for traders. Aladra, sovereign of the feast and fortune, patron of gamblers and entertainers. Onatar, the sovereign of fire and forge, the one who creates and aids artificers, smiths.
Okay. As we're approaching, Adri's just gonna kind of like, she's pointing at them and saying like, this is this one, this is this one.
Huh.
So yeah, you come up to one of the larger doors. Part of it's been kicked in. You can see boot prints in it.
How high is the kick?
Humanoid level,
size?
average.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do what I was saying before. Put my back up against the stone next to the door.
Mhm.
I got the bow down, ready to charge whenever I need to. Should we give him a knock? Let him know we're coming. I would look at Rain. Huh? What do you think?
Maybe let's not poke the hornet's nest. Let's just
All right,
go
well,
in.
Let's open the door then. Go ahead. You first, new guy.
Investigation check. I'd like to make sure that this door is not going to, I don't know, set
Well,
off
it's
a
kicked
trap.
in.
Well, that's true.
But they could have, if they were the same guys that set me and Edgar here. I'm gonna
You just pull it out of your coat.
I guess I'll make a stealth check to see if I can sneak in, find some place to maybe. Hot shit! Look at that. That is a natural 20.
Nice.
36
pretty
stealth.
awesome.
Right. You sneak in, very quiet.
Very, very quiet.
As you come in, you can see around the bottom of the dome chairs, tables, charts. You see bodies decomposing, larger bodies decomposing. If you look up, you see a magical array of stars, and this thing is like a giant telescope that operates at all times as it takes the stars in the sky and actually lights them up across the top of the dome.
Wow, that's cool.
So it's like a planetarium almost.
Mm-hmm.
Planetarium.
Mm-hmm. So I see a lot of decaying bodies, but I don't see any motion. I don't see anything.
No.
Do you walk how many bodies?
You see two really large ones, and then you see 10 smaller ones that are decaying.
Okay. We're all
Um,
walked in now, right?
Hmm?
He walked
well, did
in
y'all
first,
follow me?
stealth.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna
We're
say, did
waiting
y'all
for
follow
him to
me
go
in
in
or?
first.
Okay.
He was like looking at the bodies and stuff. We're gonna mosey in, I guess, afterwards. I'll let Adri go in next.
Yeah. Hmm.
More
Yeah.
bodies.
Hmm. So how do these look like they died?
You'd have to get closer and look.
I
On some of
guess.
the decaying ones, you can't really just see the wounds.
Right, of course. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are
Then
any of the ones
oh,
are
go
any of the
ahead.
ones that we're looking at before we approach?
Mm.
Do any of them look like they're outfitted the same way that the bandits that we were following are, or the agents?
No, some of these look like regular, like they would be there for a temple going. The two larger bodies definitely look odd. They look like trolls.
Thanks everybody for listening to Requiem of Reflections. This is going to be part 3 of our Curse of Strahd chain of games. Curse of Strahd, Return to Ravenloft, and now Requiem of Reflections. So thank you for sticking with us. You've been with us the whole time. And just remember, if you want to donate to help support the podcast and help us make better content and, continue on into the future, just go to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I got that Georgia morning.
Ugh.
I know. I can't help it. Up there, you're too dry. Down here, you're too wet. It's one of the two.
There's like a brief time during the summer where it is like a little humid. And then in the summer here, there's like 1 week where it gets into the 90s, and everybody who's from this area is dying.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I feel like a lizard in a terrarium that's finally turned up to the correct temperature.
I hate high temperatures. It sucks so bad. I am in the wrong place. Like,
Yeah.
I was born in Jersey. I lived in Germany. I lived in Maryland. I lived in fucking Tennessee, all of which were super cold. When I lived in Tennessee and Kentucky, it was like the worst ice storm in history. Like, in the history there, it was like literally when we opened the front door to our house, there is a door of ice against the wall. And
Oh my
when
God.
rolled the car window down, it was still up. Like there's ice. Everything. The power was out for weeks.
There was
crazy.
apparently here in like I think 93 or something, there was an ice storm that people will still talk about, like to this day. People will still just bring it up and talk about this incredible ice storm that happened. Like apparently the power was out for like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, snowstorms are bad, but like ice storms are brutal. Like I'll be one of those people that'll like fear an ice storm. Like I don't care so much about snow. That's whatever.
Yeah.
But ice really fucks me up. Like that shit crushes power lines and it's not just like the storm, it's like the storm and then the month following it. That anyway.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to do this intro?
I'm ready.